In this video, we will discuss about Chapter 6, Growth and Development, Paper 1 map. So here they have explained about essential developmental tasks. For you to remember easily, ma'am, always think growth here means it is related to physical development. Physical development means the height, weight of the child, so on, the growth of the internal organs, and so on. Developmental tasks. Development means here they mean mental development. That is their maturation of their mind, etc. ma'am. So that is called mental development. So initially here, uh, essential developmental tasks is your topic, ma'am. So what are the essential developmental tasks? So what are developmental tasks? Now, developmental tasks are new set of skills that has to be learned in different period of time. For example, ma'am, until we study our school days, our regular pattern is different, our studying pattern is different, the place of the school is different. After completing the school, we have to enter the college. We cannot say, no, it is a new environment, and I'm afraid of getting into a new environment. I might lose friends, so I'm not entering. No, we cannot say that. We have to move. So at some point in our life, we have to shed our old habits and learn new skills. For what are we learning new skills, ma'am? Only then we can remain happiness. But very few of them, what they do is they are afraid of entering into new arena. So they don't develop their skills accordingly. And so they keep complaining about others, or they get addicted to drugs, they get addicted to alcohol, likewise, and so it ruins their life. So what is very important, ma'am? To develop and progress, learning is very, very important. Only that leads to happiness. So we should have courage to learn new things at any point of life when it is required, ma'am. And likewise, there are essential developmental tasks, new tasks that we have to learn in infancy, in childhood, in adolescence for the proper molding of adulthood, they say. ஸோ சைல்டுஹுட்ல என்னெல்லாம் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாருங்க. ஏர்லி சைல்டுஹுட், இன்ஃபான்சில என்ன இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்? த சைல்டு ஷுட் somehow learn to walk, talk, lift heavy things, learning extremely tasks, so on. In middle childhood, the child has to learn. Childhoodல child has to learn how to read, how to count, concept formation, etc. Adolescence-ல the child should learn, have medical adequate mental development develop பண்ணிக்கணும். He should have a good identity of himself, male or female, whatever யாரா இருந்தாலும். Independence from parents, அந்த அளவுக்கு அவன் வந்து ரெடி ஆயிடணும். In handling his emotions, he should know all those things. Adulthoodல என்ன மேம், he should get into marriage. இங்க வந்து total what to say, ma'am, that reliability towards the parents, that totally it is over. He is all self dependent only. He becomes completely, totally independent from that of the parent shelter at the stage of adulthood, ma'am. And now he gets into marriage, he starts his own new family. Then middle age, what happens now? Apart from family responsibilities, he takes some social responsibilities as well. He becomes a part of Rotary Club, that club, and he performs some social skills or cultural responsibilities. அதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு தலைமை தாங்கி ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி எடுத்து அதர் திங்ஸ் நடக்கிறது. Old age, ma'am, old age he should possess two main qualities, they say. Tolerance ஒன்னு, இன்னொன்னு patience. And இது வந்து இன்னொரு விதமா கூட சொல்லுவாங்க. How it is அப்படின்னா, when you have properly attained certain skills in your infancy, childhood, that appropriate skills have been attained na, naturally in your old age you tend to attain these two state, that is tolerance and patience. So that shows that you have crossed the other stages, that other stages like infancy, childhood, adulthood, proper. If you have been developed, your old age will become very calm and quiet. You will not complain about others. You will have a great zeal of tolerance. You will not yell at others. All these qualities will be completely diminished in you if you have attained proper appropriate developments in the early stages. இனிமேல் யாராச்சும் வயசானவங்க ரொம்ப கோவப்படுறாங்க இல்ல திட்டுறாங்க அப்படின்னா, வாட் டஸ் இட் ஷோ மேம்? சைக்காலஜிஸ்ட் வந்து நீங்க இப்படி எடுத்துக்கணும், ஏதோ ஒரு எசென்ஷியல் டாஸ்க் வந்து அவங்களுக்கு டெவலப் ஆக வேண்டியது ஆகல, ஏதோ ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ்ல தே ஹேவ் மிஸ்ட் இட் டியூ டு தி என்வாயன்மெண்டல் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ். அதனாலதான் அவங்க வந்து இன்னும் அப்படி டெவலப் ஆகாம இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு நீங்க வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அண்ட் டியூரிங் திஸ் டெவலப்மெண்டல் டாஸ்க்ஸ் ஆர் தி பீரியட் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, two main things are very important. இந்த ரெண்டு main things இல்லைன்னா many of them get failed. இந்த development task அவங்களால attain பண்ண முடியல. So what are the two important things, ma'am? Lack of learning opportunities, lack of motivation. When they do not get any opportunities to learn. See, for a child to move to a college, the child should move to a school first. The child is not getting an opportunity for proper schooling. How will the child enter the college? So proper opportunities irundha mattumda they can move or progress in their life. Next, lack of motivation. As they move, when they take a new task, they cannot perform the new task very nicely. It is a new task, so definitely they will do mistakes now. So learning by mistakes should be encouraged, and initially you should not strongly criticize. When they do some mistakes, what we have to do, we have to motivate. When there is no motivation at all, generally what happens, you continuously, if you're getting failed, you will move away. You will say, you will start complaining. That's why I told I'm not interested in this. I was only interested in that field which I was in earlier. We always move to our comfort zone. So this naturally happens. So for that, a lot of motivation is required from the people who guide us, or people who are already have reached or progressed in their life. அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து நமக்கு we require motivation. When these two things are there, definitely we can progress in our life அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. So what is the importance of the developmental time? Why we have to learn new tasks for us to develop? It gives direction to individual. It predicts our it gives a prediction about our future. Childhood is the foundation of life. Development is means dependent on maturity and learning. Order of development, we know that infancy, babyhood, childhood, late childhood. And infancy வந்து ரெண்டா ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. Early infancy, late infancy. Early infancy is called infancy, late infancy is babyhood. 6 years together we learned it as infancy, அதை 2 years split பண்ணிடுறாங்க. Childhood together we call it as childhood, அது early, late. Adolescence, early adolescence, late adolescence. Early adulthood, middle age, old age. அப்படி அவங்க வந்து split 6 வந்து 3 years split பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. The principles of development வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, before birth வந்து it enters germinal period, embryonic period, fetal period. Then in fetal period, two laws have been mentioned here. Law of cephalocaudal, law of proximal development. Fetal period, as I told you, it is after 3 months of pregnancy, that embryo becomes a fetus. Fetus na a minute structure of a baby. That baby development takes place two types. One வந்து law of cephalocaudal. அதாவது first development வந்து headல இருந்து tail, vertical direction development happens. Once that vertical development stops, then horizontal development, deposition of fat happens. At the horizontal development, the child வந்து directionல the child develops அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. Why growth is required? Of course, for a human being to function properly, appropriate growth, appropriate height. ஒரு countryல they have this is appropriate, this is normal to us. That has to be definitely attained for us to perform regular our normal functions அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. So growth and development, they are differentiating. What is growth, ma'am? It is all about physical means. இங்க வந்து it is all about quality. Physically பார்த்தோன்னே நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது இவன் வந்து அறிவாளியா இல்லையான்னு. பார்த்தோன்னே சொல்லிடலாம் whether he is physically developed or not. Mental development, how will you assess, ma'am? Qualitative analysis தான். இங்க quantitative. Growth is quantitative. இது வந்து qualitative. You have to interact and then only you can understand. It is one of the parts of the development process. In strict sense, quantitative aspects, that is qualitative. Then இது வந்து growth வந்து it stops when we attain 18 years or 20 years, growth gets stopped. But maturity, it is not so. Development, mental development, it happens until we die. And the more you learn, the more you become mature person. அதனால அது அப்படி கண்டினியூ ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Then next, it is meaning of development. So why develop? See, psychology, there are different branches, ma'am. Child psychology, adult psychology, male psychology, female psychology, employee psychology, mother psychology, இப்படி நிறைய father psychology, இப்படி it goes on. அதுல ஒரு important வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா this developmental psychology அப்படி சொல்லி இந்த developmentக்கே it is a one separate branch. Why that much importance is being given to this developmental psychology, ma'am? Because development means progress. So if a person has to progress, he has to move away from his comfort zone to new zone. You have to see to that new zone is very suitable to you. If it is not suitable, what you have to do, ma'am? You have to change yourself so that you get suited to that new environment. That is very, very important, ma'am. So adukku vandu human beings should understand what are the main factors in developmental psychology. So you always remember, ma'am, learning new things leads to happiness. The more you adapt yourself, the easily you can learn new things. And learning means you are progressing in your life. Always remember, புது புது விஷயங்கள் நீங்க எந்த வயசுல learn பண்ணாலும் you remember that you are progressing in your life அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. This essential, again, it is a repetition, ma'am. Since it is very important, it is being repeated twice. The entire thing of Then developmental psychology, how in adolescence are தனியா திருப்பி கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. That is not repetition, ma'am. So we will see to that. So in your adolescence, how progress happens for most of them. So develop mental abilities பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, mental abilities mental abilities greatly develop so that they can solve complex problems and so on in their adolescence. Sexual development, again, adume greatly develops. They have a great sense of curiosity to understand the opposite gender. That is all again natural. So you இது வந்து நீங்க வந்து out of proportion நம்ம children திட்டுறதோ இல்ல treating them very harshly is all not required. For you to understand, this is very natural tendency of the children who are in their adolescence. So நம்ம already சொன்ன மாதிரி don't make the children or teach them how to suppress it, instead sublime அளவோட நிறுத்திக்கோங்க அப்படின்னு நம்ம வந்து சொல்லணும். ஹீரோ வர்ஷிப், யாராச்சும் ஒரு பெட்டர் பர்சனாலிட்டி சொசைட்டில ரொம்ப பாப்புலரா இருக்கவங்களை பார்த்து அதை அவங்க ஃபாலோ பண்றது, அவங்க இமிட்டேட் பண்றது, இட் இஸ் வெரி காமன். ரிலீஜியஸ் ஃபீலிங் ஆல்சோ வெரி ஸ்ட்ராங். Gregarious instinct means often going out and hanging out with people. Extroversion is again same. Lack of stability and adjustment. So that adjustment adaptability is very poor in the stage of adolescence. That restlessness is always seen. Excessive sentimentality, excessive imagination, and personal interest. Personal interest means this is how I'm going to be. This is what is my hairstyle is. This is what I'm going to wear. அப்படின்னு அவங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு personal interest எல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி வச்சிருப்பாங்க. Development of the mind. So mind again வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா mental maturation. As I told you, from 1 year la develop ஆகுது, 20 years la 80% gets developed, ma'am. அதுக்கப்புறம் it is only whatever he has gathered is only he is going to follow us in next 30 years. So next this learning phase is over by 2025. For very few people continue learning, but most of them வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா they stop by 25. Whatever they have gathered up to 25 will be extended for the rest of their life, ma'am. Then emotional development. So emotional development is very, very important, ma'am. As they grow, their emotions also gets developed. Generally, they say before we attain 18 years, we have to learn 18 types of, at least 15 types of emotions, ma'am. Emotions means, for example, laughter, anger, hunger, empathy, sympathy, love, failures, success. So these are all we can make it under emotions, ma'am. So the feelings that you undergo during these situations are all emotions, ma'am. So you have to undergo different set of feelings. So that could be positive as well as negative. Only then you will understand the impact of it, how to handle it, and you can overcome it. All these experience should happen before 18. You have crossed 25. You are saying, no, I have not undergone any failure. That is very dangerous. Once you fail, you will not know how to handle it. So better learn everything, both positive and negative. At least you should undergo 15 type of emotional changes by you attain 18 years of age. So that tends to development of a proper adulthood in after your 18 years, ma'am. So with this, chapter 6 gets over, ma'am. Thank you.